Hi guys, when I got to the Heritage Museum at Badagry, I saw this man. So he was in charge of showing people around the museum and also teaching them everything that they need to know about the slave trade.
Being sold in Brazil, mother and child were sold as one. The husband, woman, and the child were sold as one. Here you are seeing the facilitators. This is Prince Navigator, Captain John Hawkey, Felix da Souza from Brazil, this one from British, this one from America, and this one from this one from Portuguese. His name is George Flamigo. He's the first man who located Africa in slave business. And he later died here in Badagry. He was buried beside the present Akran's palace, the tomb you are seeing. Here you are seeing the slave drinking bowl. Slave wake up 6 a.m. in the morning, they fetch water into this bowl before it's full, and they use their mouth to suck water in this bowl like animal. They have only one spare meal daily. And this is replica of the slave ship. The ship has two decks. The upper deck is for the slave master where he wine and dine, and the lower deck is for the slave where they were piloted in form of standing. They defecate there and urine there. They remain there for about 3 to 4 consecutive months before they get to their last destination. Anyone that died, they drank it into the Atlantic Ocean for the fish to eat, so that it won't contaminate the lower deck. And this cargo gun, this small one is for 40 slaves, while the medium size goes for 100, and the large size goes for 200 slaves. Let's go upstairs.
All right.
We have two types of slave. We have cane plantation, cotton plantation, and maize plantation. They were known as field slave. And these ones are domestic slave. They work at home with their masters. This way. Here you are seeing those who work in sugarcane plantation. For them not to eat the sugarcane, that is why they put a mouth guide on each of the slaves. Called abolition. What do I call it?
Abolition.
Abolition. You are seeing anti-slavery meeting. All these, they were black Americans. Their mothers, their fathers were Americans. They were Africans. But their mother were who give birth to them. You can see, look at this. This is William Wilberforce, Elijah Ekwala, Gabriel Sharp, Martin Luther, Marcus Garvey, Frederick Douglass, and James Fortune. All this, they now set an anti-slavery meeting. They set the meeting, and as God will be, they now fight and win the race. In 1807, abolition of slave trade take place in 1807 in North America. In South America, it finally stopped in 1860. Slave trade stopped finally. Like all these men now, they were slaves before they become freedom. This is Bishop Ajayi Crowther, and this is Candido Darosha. We come to this way, this section. All those pictures you are seeing there. This is William Wilberforce. This is water goddess in Africa, in Mexico, and in Brazil. So this is Shango devotee in Africa. They call it Shango priest in Africa. They call it Shango devotee in Brazil. This is the shrine. And all this is Fanti Carnival in Lagos, Calabar, and Rivers State. Here you are seeing Zangoto masquerade. Zangoto masquerade is used for cultural events and for vigilante in the night. This is the picture. This is the artwork. And this drum is in Badagry roundabout. This drum were used in drumming when a king is about to be crowned, a monarch. So those who drum it were known as orphans. Orphans normally drum it. Somebody who has lost top. Sato. Yeah. This is all about Badagry town and the picture and what's happened there. This way. You are seeing, this is just a street in Badagry. Gone are the days, just a street. And this is modern Badagry. This is 1889, and this is 2019. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed it also.
Yes, sir, I really enjoyed it.
Can you see it? Yeah. Let's go to this section. You are seeing, in those days, in 14th centuries, how the slaves were being captives, both leg shackle and ankle shackle. Can you see it? The background says, "Am I not a man and a brother?" Yes, sir. Yeah. You might have been hearing Sahara slave trade, Sahara slave trade. In those days, in African countries, there is nothing like captives. Back in plain. No. So, you are seeing, at initial stage, it was the Saudi Arabians were sold to slavery. This is King Pharaoh on ground, King Pharaoh of Egypt. And here you are seeing the white slaves also. They were Italians sold to slavery. This is King Pharaoh here. He normally bought all these slaves and sell it out to the white men in America. We'll go to the next. Where are you? Okay, this dragon, this sword. One of these sword is 15 lady. One. That is how they bargain. And this gun, one for 30 men. This is the neck shackle, and this one for leg. One leg of Stephen, one leg of Paul, one leg of Bartholomew, one leg of Timothy. And this round one, after perforating their lips with red hot iron, they now put this and padlock it so that they won't be able to communicate with each other and they won't be able to rebel against their master. Here you are seeing the stubborn slaves were beat to the stage of coma just to be less aggressive. And here you are seeing a branding section, like both of you bought slave and you want to load in the same slave ship to avoid mixture and for identification purpose. The slaves were being branded hot iron. The female were branded at the back, while the male were branded at the chest. We'll go. We are seeing the slave market here in Badagry called Blekete Slave Market. Gone are the days. The market was established in the year 1502. About 300 slaves were sold here every 5 days, and you are seeing the inspection section. These are disabled. After selling the good ones by our king, gone are the days, these tables were given out as peanuts, Dara, PCA. You are seeing how slaves were being marched to the point of no return across the water. The slaves were taken across the water here to that island you are seeing there. Once the slave get to that island here, that is the way to point of no return. That is bye-bye to African country, to the slaves.